Good morning all. So you can see I'm surrounded by crafts. I've been doing different little things this morning so far. I made circle patterns for the rest of my sizes. I have 2 through 9, and I cut them out on actually a Mountain Dew 12 pack so that they're sturdier and going to be easier to, let me get closer, draw around. The other thing I did today was I saw a video about how to make one of those newspaper paper bowls where you take those newspapers that I showed you how to roll up and you roll them all together, and then at the end, and glue them as you go, and at the end they just pushed the center out until they had the shape of a bowl. How clever was that? I don't know why I didn't think of it. So I tried it out. It's a little tricky. I think the next one I do, I will glue a little bit more as I go, maybe push it out as I go instead of waiting to the end, because it did come out of its circle a little bit and I had to put it back in, but I really, really like it. Now obviously it won't hold anything heavy, but it'll hold a lot of my little extra crafty things, which I'm putting in the little flowers that I made yesterday into it, because I'm going to make a lot more of those to cover parts of my frame that I showed in the previous video. The other thing I did is I glued some cardboard together in a circular motion, and that's what you see me doing now, is helping it dry. I want to make sure it sticks good. It's going to be a cardboard clutch. It's going to be a clutch. And I'm going to cover it with fabric, and I got some Velcro, and I'm going to use that for sealing it. Except I just thought about it, and I think I might have glued a little too far over for a good opening. So I may have to fix that. We'll see. I'll check that out later. I also made another one of those mums that I made yesterday. And I did a few things slightly different. First thing that I did different is, after I cut out all my circles, I cut one by one for the petals. Yesterday I cut them all out, and I cut the petals and I curled them all, and then I glued them all together. This time I did it one by one and glued it as I went. And I started with the small and worked my way up. And it was much easier to get them to stick together and get the petals to curl around each other. The second thing I did, see if I can show it. I did them smaller petals to make them look a little bit more wild, I guess. And I cut an edge on one of the corners. The third thing I did, which I'm still in the process of doing, and then it'll be finished, is for the bud in the middle. We had cut a very small strip of paper and folded it and did little slits. Well, today I used a bigger piece of paper, and I'm folding it, and I'm going to cut it like this and then trim it down, because this gives me something to hold on to. Now, I'm going to set this aside and fix that in a minute when I finish that, because I think it's dry. Anyways, I got some ideas on that one. So this is the one where we cut really super close together slits, almost to the bottom of the thing. We also, which I just forgot to do, had folded it in half, so it was a lot easier to do. Wow, how I forgot that one, because that's my favorite trick to do. So when you do that, you still can do it. So I cut all the way to here. So instead of folding it exactly in half, I'm going to fold the uncut end down to the edge of where it's not cut on this side. Make a new center. And then I'll get the same effect without worrying about cutting what I already did and wasting any of it. I have a habit of forgetting that particular part, even though I'm much happier when I do it. It just, to me, saves time and effort. We'll see if I tear it this time when I roll it. I don't know what I did with the other flower I made yesterday. it might have accidentally gotten thrown away, which will really not make me happy. But I didn't really do a great cleanup job. The other thing, I made myself a list of all the little crafty things I want to do today. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. So my mom and my grandma and my aunt, they loved costume jewelry, oddball jewelry. The odder it was, the more they wanted it and got it. And they've all passed away. And I have some of their earrings, their costume earrings. And so I've decided that for my videos, I'm going to wear different pairs and kind of show them off and kind of as a tribute to them, because they also loved crafting and they were very, very good at it. I remember sitting around the table and all of them crafting away, and their good friend Diane, they would do it too. We'd all go over to their houses and us kids would be playing and they'd be crocheting or whatever they were working at. So I don't know if you can see them, but this pair, and I'm not sure whose they were, is a boxing glove. I don't know if I can get it shown easier. And you can tell how old these are. They're probably going to be stuck in my ear forever because I forget how to get them out easier. They're the old, I think they were called French hoops. And once you figure out which direction to go, I think this direction. They were really easy to do, and they stayed in your ear really well. Okay, there it is. So I'll take it out so you can see it a little bit better. Bring it up closer to the camera. Is that not cute? Little French hoop. Remember those? Where you clipped it around that? So lightweight though and easy to do. Obviously, because I just sat here and struggled with it for a couple of minutes. But anyway, so that's today's, or I should say that's this week's video. I may change it on the next video because, like I said, it disappeared on me. I have a ton of them. These are all individually baggied earrings. So, yeah, there's a lot of them in there. Some are mine, some are theirs. But yeah, so I'm gonna play with that with you. And then plus I have my paparazzi jewelry that I bought this year, and just tons of stuff that I've gotten myself into. Okay, so now that I'm done cutting and I went off on that little tangent, I'm gonna open this back up, and you can see the edge where I want it to be in the extra. So I'm just gonna trim that off, which, nice and simple, just quick little cut. And I can see now where I cut a little too far and some pieces came off. Not a big deal. Not a huge ordeal at all. See, this little piece came off. So I'm going to start, and like we did yesterday, we're just rolling it into each other. Kind of small. If it's difficult, and once you get it rolled 2 or 3 times, you can always roll it tighter from there, and a little bit smaller from there. It's paper. It'll do basically what you want it to do. So, look at us at 8 minutes already. 9, actually. I just switched over. So we're going to just roll it up. And again, when I glued this part into it yesterday, I used the hot glue. I'm going to do that again. I also used the hot glue when I glued. Ooh, look at, see, it's going to tear if I'm not careful. But that's okay, because I'm just going to keep rolling. I used the hot glue when I attached the flower to the stem, which I did again today. If you have something that you can use as sort of like a clamp to hold it together for a few extra minutes to make sure it is dried and in place, that might help. Obviously, you'd have to be really careful with this one because you don't want to compress the petals down. then, you know, because then you're going to have flat petals and you're going to have to take all that time to redo them. I think I found the other flower just now. Huh. Guess I didn't throw it away. Good. Alright, so then you just close it and hold it for a minute. And then, like with my glue, I use the same glue every time, and I show you every time. Clear glue. It takes a few extra minutes for it to close. I did find it. So there's the wider cuts, and there's the thinner cuts. Not a lot different, just enough. Let me show you the back so you can see the size. But it makes it look a little fuller, is all. Not a huge ordeal. All right, put a little dab. I've got my glue gun tangled. Uh-oh. Look what I did. Well, you wanted to see my ceiling, didn't you? Oops, sorry. Okay. Glue it together with a hot glue gun. Hold it there for a second or two. And while I'm holding it, sometimes that's when I'll work it a little bit extra. I'm going to have to fix that situation before the next video. And then I used a regular stem like I did yesterday, so it already has my leaves. Saves me, a few minutes. However, I do have a lot of pre-cut leaves of different sizes. Okay? So, there you go. Mums, I really like these. Alright, well, until the next time. Bye.